Welcome back to Jet Lag, the podcast all about TCKs and what it's like to grow up overseas. I'm your host Noah, and today I'm joined by co-host Malia and co-host Kai.
Thanks for joining us as we discuss today's topic, funny things that's happened to us traveling the world.
So, what are some funny things that has happened to you traveling the world? Let's start with Kai.
One of my earliest memories, I think, in Chinese school, I was in first or second grade. I was running down the hallway to my room that I was in or whatever. Rounded the corner and down the hallway was another American girl. I was so spooked. I just turned around, ran the other direction, never saw her again. That's just a memory that's stuck in my mind.
Girl phobia.
So Malia, has that happened to you where you've seen
No.
another? Oh, okay. Straight up answer. Okay. I think one of my favorite memories of growing up in China is we lived in this complex which honestly, now that I think about it, it felt like that was the only place that was ever to exist. That one complex where all my friends lived there, and we would hang out outside for hours and do all this dumb stuff. We would gather these dirt and leaves, and we would make a salad or we would make a sandwich, and then we would go to the side of the buildings, and there they had rat poisoning, and we would get the rat poisoning and we would crumble it up and use it as seasoning. I didn't really realize it was rat poisoning when I was doing it, but now I remember my mom, I was getting it, and then she was like, that's rat poisoning. It's no, but I still used it anyways. Did y'all ever do anything like that where it was gathering supplies outside to make a salad?
Well, one time, I was involved with this, just to be sure. They apparently thought it was a good idea to start a bonfire. I don't remember what happened next, but...
I don't remember. I have no memory of this.
In China.
You all started a bonfire?
I didn't.
But did the bonfire come alight?
I don't remember what happened next.
One thing that is very vivid in my mind is we had friends that lived really not far away, and there was this big square. I think, yeah, it was a big square of stone, cement, and it kind of went a bit. It was for 8-year-olds. It was a pretty good sized football field with 2 benches at the other ends that you had to run between, and it was we would. Ripstick, or as we called it, wiggle board. Over this, we would some of the kids would have roller skates, some would have ripsticks. So we would try to knock each other down, and my ripstick had reinforcement down the middle, so it was really hard to knock down.
Nice.
But I left it in the bushes one time and totally lost it. But
nice.
And there were also these, I guess coverings for places to go to the underground parking garage. We would climb up on top of them. I don't know, kind of lay down, because they were sloped and then flat on top. Yeah. So we would jump off the top into the grass. I don't know.
Nice.
We did some stupid things.
I remember, I'm not sure how old I was, but I think I was 11 or 12, but I went out with some friends at a sleepover at 11:30, and the guy I was having a sleepover with introduced me to an app that played farting noises. So we would go out and we would walk past the old people who were taking their walks, and we would play the farting noises right as we passed by them, and it was really funny to see these.
We did cut one lady's bamboo down. We got
Oh yeah.
so we were in really big trouble. Yeah, one of our friends got even dumped on with water because she tried to cut down the bamboo after the lady told us not to.
That brings back a memory. In China, they had they always hung their clothes out. So we would get berries and dirt, and we would put it in the clothes that were hanging out. What? So I remember taking these berries and dirt and putting in the underwear and the pants of the people who hung them up. It was it was such a stupid idea. Do y'all have any funny airport memories?
Yeah. One time, I think this was either to or from Chile. We got stuck in Miami airport for some reason. We slept there overnight. It was first time experience for me. It was honestly kind of cool. I know we slept right outside the Miami Heat fan shop.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I could probably even find the spot again if I were to go back.
Cool. Any funny memories for you, Malia, at an airport or airplane?
Well, one time, I forget when, but we were younger, and we were late for our plane. This is in Beijing. And we had to run, like, through the entire airport to get to our gate. And then when we got there, to the information desk, there was a bunch of, like, technical difficulties. I don't remember. But the plane was full. Like, apparently it was full, even though we bought tickets. So
the economy seats were full.
Yeah, the economy seats were full. And then they put us in first class, which is my first class flight. I will never forget it. It'd probably be my last as well.
Or only first class flight, actually.
Yeah, seats were comfy. Better menu.
I bet.
I mean, the things you get to talk about with other TCKs is like airport memories. I'm pretty sure my first ever exposure to anything Harry Potter, I watched like maybe the Quidditch match sequence over a guy's shoulder on an airplane.
Yeah.
Just like out of context. I'm almost like, I think that's Harry Potter, but I wasn't 100% sure. It was, things you do on airplanes.
Also, this one plane we went on, I forget where it was to. I think it might have been national flying through the U.S., but it was this group of, like, youth teenagers. They were, like, 15 to, like, 18 range. I don't know. Anyway, they were sitting behind us. I think I was, like, 9 or something. But I remember when the plane started taking off, like, it started moving, they were, like, all screaming, like, they were freaking out, like, it was so clear that was the first time on their plane, and I'm, like, sitting there, like, 9 years old, I'm like, why are they screaming? I'm like, the plane's only taking off.
Becomes the meme, first time?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny to go back to the States and ask people in there, like, how many times have you flown? And some people will say never, or some people only say once or twice, and I'm like, over 100.
Easily 50 plus.
Yeah.
Probably more.
Yeah. I remember when we lived in a complex, and there was like this coffee shop right outside it, and sometimes my mom would go ask me, like, Noah, you want to go run out and grab me a coffee? And I don't know, I think I was like 10, but I would grab my little walkie-talkie and I would run, and I would have checkpoints where I would have to contact my mom to tell her I was okay and I have a coffee. I remember like thinking I'm like a spy and I have a walkie-talkie and I'm bringing something valuable back to my mother that she could enjoy.
I don't know if this is really like a fun experience, but a unique experience we had. We went visiting out some of our friends in Kyrgyzstan. If you don't know where it is, look it up on Google Maps. We went to Kyrgyzstan, and it was like, it is just rolling hills, just total grass, just on and on and on. And people there, not a lot of people, but I think there was one community, I don't know, they had like yurt hotels or it had to be something like that, because there were other people staying there too. We slept in a yurt by a lake overnight, and then the yurt is like maybe diameter, maybe 25 feet. Super warm inside, maybe fit about 9 people. It was super cool. It was like unique experiences. Super fun.
Yeah, that was like their breakfast. That was the first time I had crepes.
Yeah.
In a yurt?
Yurt.
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 Y-U-R-T.
It was, crepes. Oh my word, those were so good. Homemade, like, raspberry jam and then sugar.
Nice. Speaking of food, is there any like funny foods or strange foods you guys have eaten that like wouldn't be normal? Like, I remember for my birthday I got this lollipop with a scorpion inside, and that was like, what? Yo, I got a scorpion. It was so cool. And I remember eating it, and I don't remember what it tastes like, but like that was like that one cool thing I could show off. Wow. I ate a scorpion.
I don't know. In China, when we do hot pot Chinese dish where they'd have a bunch of food and you'd throw them into pots and they'd cook while you're sitting there talking with people. There were like these styrofoam like curly things. I don't know. I thought they were like the coolest thing.
Oh.
And they were so good. And then at one point I found out they were shrimp. And I was like,
Oh.
what? They're shrimp?
Mm.
I don't like shrimp, so I stopped eating them. Still
Malia,
don't like them.
Malia, any funny foods that you've tried?
I forget where we were. I feel like I forget where we were a lot. Anyway, we were at a McDonald's and we wanted ice cream.
Mm.
But they were out of strawberry and chocolate sundaes.
Mm.
So the only one they had left was rose flavored
Oh.
sundae.
Oh.
Ew.
It was actually good. I thought it was good. My dad said it tastes like soap.
I bet it
I
did.
think it was pretty bad.
Random thing came to mind, but were there any like Lay's, like any type of chip that like it was like your favorite flavor of chip that like you couldn't find anywhere else that were just made in China, like pork belly or like shrimp or octopus?
I wouldn't remember.
Or I remember cucumber. I love the cucumber chips. They were so
Cucumber
good.
Lay's?
Yes, they were so
Wow.
good.
Actually, that doesn't sound...
I
Just
don't-
eat normal cucumber.
But they're
already
chips.
There were
Good
green
chips.
tea Kit Kats.
Ugh.
I remember chips.
There was green tea ice cream at McDonald's. That was weird.
I like green tea.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Jetlagged. Don't forget to send us any comments or questions you would like for us to discuss at jetlaggedpodcats@gmail.com. Remember, that's jetlaggedpodcats, podcasts, not podcasts. We hope you will join us again soon.
Bye.